I just want to remind everybody what these masterminds all about. So typically they last an hour to an hour and a half, and whatever the amount of people is that show up, 12 being the optimum, we divvy up the time. And it's more a big picture strategy discovery tool where you come together and you create this third mind, so to speak, where you tap into some creative solutions, and you sort of you're able to through talking about your situation and having some goals and direction and some focus, you're able to put it out there and say, this is what I want to do. Sometimes you get feedback, sometimes you don't. Hi, Carla. Nice to see you.
I'm happy to be here. Hello, everybody.
We just started, so I actually awesome. I hit the record button because I'm going to talk a little bit about Jeremy and his images, and I want him to see that. So, but then I'm going to stop recording it once I'm done. So, but anyways, as I was talking about, yeah. So, Mastermind it's sort of like a spin-off, takeoff of a coaching thing. If you've ever been to coaching, which could be one-on-one or a group, where you have somebody coaching in front of the room, you can have like 500 people, it doesn't matter. Or you can have a mastermind, which is an advanced version of that. And you get together and, you just sort of accountability is the number one word that really comes to my mind, is accountability. So you come up to the meeting, you present yourself, you say, this is where I'm at. This is my biggest struggle, or this is my biggest hope, wish, and aspiration. This is where I want to go. So, and obviously all of us are photographers, and the focus is obviously in that direction. So, I'm going to share my screen so that I can not show you my emails. Come on. I want to talk about a few things before we get into our discussions, and I'm going to go in order of whoever showed up first, and that'll be Greg, Rick, Tristan, and then Carla. And if Jeremy shows up, well, we'll put him in there later, but that'll be later. So I just want to mention this. So I'm always learning, and I get this ad on Facebook, this lady here, Dina Monte. Anybody heard of her? So yeah, she's offering how to book more photography clients, blah, 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 blah. And she has this other book. And so yesterday I signed up for it. I didn't pay for it yet, but I wanted to see her funnel and her pitch. And she's going to send me a book, which she did. And here it is right here. Okay. She made it in Canva. I could see right there. Canva is an awesome tool for making stuff. And there it is, magic booking script. I'm like, all right, people share this stuff. I want to learn, and I want to, read it. I'm going to watch the video, which I haven't had a chance to do because I just got it yesterday. I just wanted to point that out. I think it's important that, always be learning, always be growing, always be expanding. And this stuff here, I don't know what she's going to say, but I'm going to check it out. And I just want to point that out. So if you're interested, it's Dina Mande, DinaMande.com. And /funnel. That's her funnel. So there's that. And I also wanted to point this out. Can you see that? So this guy writes this book. It's PDF, $29. So I'm going to buy it. And I'll probably either print it out, or what I'll do is, I learned this from another photographer. If I'm going to do a shoot, I'll take a bunch of pictures of a bunch of poses I like, and I'll have them on my camera. When I go to the shoot, I'm looking to my camera and I'll scroll at the poses, and they think I'm looking at images I just shot. Isn't that a little bit genius? But the idea is I'm always learning, always wanting to learn. I'm never too old and curmudgeon-y to say, no, I know it all. I want to know, especially what young couples are up to as far as the poses are concerned. So $29, man, that's a steal. Okay. And Dinah's book, I mean, she's going to be pitching something else. I don't know what she's going to be pitching, but And it's quite possible there's going to be a lot of stuff I'm very familiar with. So anyways, I wanted to point that out. Also, I think that's it. I wanted to mention one more thing here. Let me go there. I'm adding stuff to the content for members. So anybody who signs up with the Patreon has access to all my fairy stuff, and I'm adding stuff all the time. I don't want to overdo it, but in the last week, I've been adding images from the family success system, which includes, I believe there's 2 posing manuals in there. One I made about 2004, so it's pretty old. However, it doesn't matter. Most of the information is still relevant, and it looks a little sloppy, but it's still good information. So that's all in there as well. And you get to all that access. It's all on Patreon, but you got to click on any one of these here links in order to access any of the members only content. So I just wanted to point that out as well. And there's, I think, a lot of really good information there. So the main focus, obviously for me, is little children, with the main focus being fairies. So Greg's going to go first. And Luciana's here. Hi, Luciana. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you? I was confused about the time zone. Sorry.
Yeah, that's my fault. I was just saying that 7 o'clock Central in Costa Rica is not the same as Central in North America is daylight savings. So Central CDT versus CST, Central Savings Time versus daylight. It never occurred to me because I wasn't thinking, but you're here.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go about 12 minutes each, 15 tops. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're 5 people. So we want to go 15 tops so that we don't go over our time. So I want you to be wary of that. And if I cut you off, don't be offended, please. But I want you to focus on and think about where it is you're going, and where and when possible, you'll come up with some sort of solutions that are via a timeline and or a specific direction that you have to go in, and or maybe I'll come up with, or maybe somebody else will come up with it, and then you'll have some focus to go there. So Greg was here nice and early, so he showed me his website. And before we get into where it is and what it is you want to talk about, I'm going to make a general comment, and I'm going to make you an offer, okay? Your website looks really, really dated. It looks like, I don't know, it was made, 15 years ago or so. I'm not sure. Not the images, but the look, it looks a little bit scattered. So I was going to recommend that you get an updated sort of a website, and they're not expensive at all. And you've got a lot of nice images. So what I'm going to recommend to you is you do that. And this is your Smug Mug site. So, which is, like you had mentioned earlier, it's just a collection of your images. It's not really, it's everything. It's snapshots, including your professional shots. You got a lot of really good stuff here. So you take a lot of those images, clean them up, put it on your website. You guys know John, right? John Butler? You know John Butler, photography from the Photo Buzz?
Yeah.
I really like his website. He just designed it, and I'm going to show it to you right now. Look at this. I love this. It's so clean. Logo, menu. There it is. Nice and clean. Testimonials. And then he's got a subscription box in the bottom. And I think he did it all on Wix, which I'm now all fascinated with Wix. So, but generally speaking, that's to me a nice looking modern website, nice and bright, no black background and all that stuff that you sometimes see with photographers. So So Greg, I want to put that out to you, and I will give you, if you're interested, if you want me to really go in there and dig it down, but I'm going to do that apart from this mastermind because it's going to take too long. I could do a follow-up video for you. Okay. I'll leave that with you. So Greg has done fairies, and here's a sample that he had on his website. And it's very small. It's very, there it is right there. It's very low resolution. So I zoomed it in order to get a look at it. I think this is the real size, but so it looks a little pixelated, so I apologize. So Greg, you got those wings, right?
Yes.
How many dresses do you have?
Well, this is a dance dress for my girls. So I have a variety of
Okay.
dresses. I kind of went with the poofy.
Yeah, I love this. I love this dress, by the way, and I'll tell you why I love it. And I'll tell you what, in my opinion, what's missing. If my wife was here, she would concur. How many dresses like this do you have?
Oh, probably a dozen different sizes.
Okay, you're good. You're good. I'll talk about the dress, and then I'm going to talk about your. I don't know if you want to talk about.
Lay it on me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't know if you have something specific, or I'm just going to go with it. This dress I think is perfect because it's got the bare arms. I like that. You know, the strap on the shoulder. You got the nice wings. Those are I believe they're the same wings we use. And you need to add a couple of poofy flowers right here at the bottom of the straps, possibly going down those seams, or maybe not, but maybe in the front, just a row of poofy flowers. Maybe a little bit darker than the pink that's there, or maybe a light yellow or something like that. It would make it look way more magical, I believe. So just something to think about. I would still use this as is, but I think it would look even better if it was that, and if it was a little bit enhanced. So you got a really nice pose here. Look at the toes pointing into the pond. Your lighting seems to be a little bit, I'm not sure what it is. It's split lighting, which, you know, I almost do that when I use, you know, my setup for my fairy days. I almost use that split lighting when you look at it, but that main light's got to come over a little bit more, because look at how her left side's all in shadow here. I don't know if you do that and if you're like a little dissatisfied with that. It's not the end of the world, but it's a thing, something to think about. And I know for me, you know, we like to have the lighting a little less split and a little more critical, the mass of the face. I was going to say critical mass. But this is an older one, right? You said you did this years ago. That was your one and only attempt at fairies.
Yep.
Okay.
Take or leave it.
Now you said you bought a backdrop. You're good to
Now
go.
I have. Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to set this up now. You got the lights. You got 2 soft boxes for kickers, maybe a background light and a main light.
Yep.
Okay. So you're ready to go, aren't you? Maybe set up a sample and
Yeah, I think I just working with the kids and getting into your 3 poses or what you have.
Does working with kids make you are you like a little nervous because of that?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Getting them not to smile or
Right.
you know, mom was oohing and awing through this whole thing, and I
Right.
really didn't control her as well as you
Okay.
said.
Was she talking too much?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an issue. I hate to make it sounds like I'm being rude. Was she talking too much? I always tell the moms, as you know, and the grandmoms when they come in, I say, look, it's really important that you let me communicate with your little girl. I'll be asking her stuff, and it's important that you not repeat everything I say, because that's how I create these poses, and they understand when I say it that way. To me, that's a very important aspect to doing these poses. You have to be able to communicate that and control the people that are in the session. And I think a large part of the sale is made during that time as well, because they're in awe. They're in awe when they see me working with the little girl. Sometimes the little girls are real feisty. You know, I got a 5-year-old, she's full of beans, and she's got a touch of the devil in her. And they just change, their personality changes. They go into this, and the mom's like, wow, that's not my little girl. They tell me that. And that happens sometimes too. But overall, generally speaking, they're enthralled when they watch me pose, and they lose that if they're going to talk. And they always want to talk. Anybody who's a mom knows it's a thing. It's a mom thing. Parents do it. Dads do it too. They're just as guilty. But if I'll ask the child to do something and the mom repeats what I just said, and I don't want them doing that. So I make sure they know, please just sit and watch. And, one little aspect here, I'm just going to point it to you to think about, Greg. And I don't know if you have your new backdrop to show us, or is it the one that I suggested?
Yeah, it's the one.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna show that next in a minute because Rick bought one. I'll see if it's the same one. Okay. And we touched on this 2 weeks ago when Rick was here. But this little girl here is about 7-ish.
Yeah, I think she was. Yeah.
And they do this all the time. A 7-year-old girl, I can do this. Now, her hands, her wrists are like this. See that? I always see if I can get them to do this. And they can do it. I mean, if they're 5 or 4 years old, no. But when they're 7, they're really, they can understand. And the other thing I have them do too is I love this I love everything about this picture, by the way. I'm not criticizing it. So you're in the right direction. But I'm just tweaking. I'm offering you some tweaks. So the hands, I noticed that. And I'd get her, at this point in time, I'd say, if her name is Christina, I'd say, Christina, could you just look at me for a second? I get her look up at me and I would bend forward. I say, I want you to just bend forward a little, just lean in a little bit. So I want her bent at the waist up. See how she looks like she's falling back a little bit. That sounds a little bit fuss, but it's something that I do all the time. And I make the call as to whether or not I think the little girl is going to be able to actually follow those directions. If she's feisty and young, I won't bother with it. But at 7, they're pretty good. And again, they just get into this zone because they're doing it. They're actually so easy to pose when you're able to communicate well with them and you're able to give them good, clear instructions. So, is that the backdrop?
No, like that was against a white wall with some Christmas.
The one you bought.
Oh, I didn't. You didn't put your picture up yet.
But I did. Why is it not showing?
Oh, there we go.
When I was giving you some feedback on your image a minute ago, could you see her?
Yes.
Or was I talking to a blank screen? Okay, good.
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
There's Rick's.
Yeah.
Rick and I talked about this. He sent me this 2 weeks ago, and that's the backdrop that he set up in his kitchen. Same backdrop?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same one I use, which is good. All right. So, Greg, I think you got the backdrop, you got the dresses, you got the wings. Do you have props?
Yeah, a couple things.
So I think your next step is to set it up and send me an image, just even if you take it with your phone, just you're set up just like what Rick did right here of his image. So
Okay.
is that cool?
Yeah.
Rick, before we move on to you, I want to show you guys something. I'm going to go quick. Jeremy's not here, but I'm recording this. I'm going to send it to him. He sent me these. He's doing a nice job. Not crazy about the wings.
Oh, I can't. You're still in the backdrop.
Can't
And you
see
got-
it.
All right. Why is it doing that to me? All right. Why is it doing that to me? You got to go under in the new share. Click. Can you see it now?
Yeah, it's got the girl.
So he sent me these. Nice work. Not crazy about the wings, but that's fine. I mean, if I had to, I would use them until I got something else. And I don't know why it's doing that. All right. Can you guys see Explorer right now?
Where's Jeremy from?
Jeremy is in California. He was on a few weeks ago. He's going gung-ho. All right. I just want to see if I have to do this new share every time. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So here's his images, and he's gearing up. He's gearing up. Now he wants to do albums, and he sent me these album layouts. I showed them to my wife. My wife does our album layouts, and I'm going to show you some samples of that in a minute. My wife said that I wanted her opinion because she's really good when it comes to layouts and design of that stuff like this. I'm a more of a photography guy and less of a design guy. And she said she felt that this was really stark, very in your face, and to tone it down a bit. But anyways, he's doing really good work, and he wants to sell predominantly albums. So the thing I got to say about that is that's not my model. I sell albums, but we also sell boxes of fine art prints and mats, and we sell wall portraits and packages with wall portraits of many sizes. So we have a broader collection of stuff that we sell. So he wants to sell higher priced upsell from the traditional. All right, we're going to try this again. I want to show you something else now. I sent them these for inspiration. This is my wife's designs. You can see the screen? Let me do this here. Now you can see the screen.
Yes.
This is the front on the right, and that's the back on the left. So fold it over. So these are spreads. You can still see the screen? The new image. Did it show up? I'm scrolling. Can you guys see all the different
No.
images?
All we get is
Thank-
two fairies, no
No.
scrolling.
Damn. I don't know what's going on with Zoom. Let me try that. Now you can see it.
Yes.
Sorry about that, guys. So these are some of the designs my wife does, and she does a pretty good job, I find. And we sell a substantial amount of albums, which is good to see. Can you see the boy and girl? Okay, good. So that is the front, and that is the back. And so all of these are spread. So it might be a 8x8 or whatever, and it's split down the middle.
Are they soft cover or hard cover?
They're all our basic album is a hardcover like cardboard, but it's pretty high quality. And the upgrade is like leather. It's like a wedding album. So and that's what
Where
we
do you
do.
print your,
All done from
where do you print your
Epoca.
albums?
They're all done from Epoca.
Okay.
So you're
Yeah.
familiar with Epoca? So
Yeah, I
this
use
is
them too.
this is a spread. So I forget which album this is. It's the event. I think it's the event album. Okay, I just wanted to kind of show those to kind of show you what we're doing and that what Jeremy's doing.
How many
And-
how many pages are typically in your album? 10?
We have 10 or 20. We have 2 available. And then we have the basic album and the upgraded album. So yeah, so we have
What's
4.
the difference between the upgraded album?
Well, that's like the leather.
Okay, the
It's like
cover.
a wedding album. The event album is it's a hardcover. It's still very high quality. And if you go, if you're a member of Epoca, if you're a client of theirs, They have all that stuff on their website. So, or you can probably Google it, or you can go to my website, westmountphotography.com, and you have to dig a little bit, but my price list is all there. Bum, bum, bum. You can see my website.
Yes.
So it's a little bit hidden. So these are the actual files from the actual 8-page, 5.5 by 8.5 full color catalog that we give out to our clients. Okay, this is the front, this is the second page, third page, and fourth page. So we have the Bellagio, which is the fancy one, the leather, and then the event book, which is the not leather one. And we have them on display during the sale, well, during the photo shoot and during the, we have a beautiful, beautiful display of everything. So they kind of get a preliminary view. And then when they come back to do their viewing, everything's laid out there. So they know what's available. I think that's one of the main reasons why it's so easy to sell. They have a pretty good idea what they're going to buy when they leave when they leave the session before they've come for their sales viewing. So yeah, the event book versus the Bellagio. The Bellagio was only at one time available only for weddings. Now they've made it available for smaller albums, which is what we use, and the prices are very, very good. So anyways, that's what those were, recent album designs from my wife's creative. I'm blown away at how good she is. She also makes jewelry and she's very creative. And I never knew that about her because she only got into doing albums and jewelry in the last 10 years. And, you know, my wife's always been an accountant. So you always think an accountant, they're not creative types. So I got to show you this. You guys can see the screen, Nouveau portrait art.
Mm-hmm.
So Ted, I've known Ted for a long time, and he's joined my ferry gig here, and he sent me these yesterday or today. And I was like, great. So you're going to join us? And he said, no, he can't make it. I said, well, okay, cool. I'm going to talk about him. And here I am. I like this. Ted's doing a lot of stuff right. What do you guys think? Do you think it's overdone, or do you think it's just a particular brand that's very, very sellable? I like it myself.
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah. Isn't it spectacular? Very colorful.
Do you run it
Love
through
it.
a paint program, or
Pardon me?
it's kind of painted like? Is that it?
I think he's doing some painting, and I'm going to guess that he uses topaz impressions. That's probably what he's using back there. And, you know, if I had him on here, we'd talk about it, but he's going to be on here at some point in time. But I was duly impressed. I mean, look at that. Look at the warm and against the blue over in the corner here, but mostly warm tones, which goes so well with the skin tones. And here you have the opposite. You have this magical blue, almost nighttime. You know, this to me, this is amazing. I'm all inspired, Ted. I'm recording this so I can send it to him and he can have a look-see. You can tell Ted knows lighting. Ted, I don't know how long he's been doing ferries, if this is a brand new thing. Where he's getting the wings from, well, they look like pretty much the same wings that I use, but he could be coloring them after. I'm not sure. Yeah, look at that, mother and child. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm totally inspired. So
Yeah, I love it.
yeah, can we all agree, Ted, you're crushing it. Totally different look from what I do. We do the half sepia look, and it's a different look. And you know, we can all create our own brand, our own specific thing. I think the most important thing is does it have impact, and will clients buy it? So on that, I think Ted's knocking it out of the park. So I wanted to talk about that and show that to you. And I asked him when he sent them to me, I said, are you showing up tonight? Yeah, that was this morning. He sent it to me. He said, no, he can't make it. But I asked him if I can show the images. I wanted his permission. And he said, oh, by all means. So thanks for that, Ted. Okay. So That's all I got to say about that. Let's talk about, let's go back to Rick real quick and see where you're at, Rick. You're next. You're on the hot seat, Rick.
I got, oh dear. Oh, it's hot. I found a place to shoot. So
Cool.
I have to rent a studio. And I've got that. I got somebody coming in tomorrow. She's going to look at some of my old wings and she's going to transfer them into kind of hopefully a different style of wings than the $14 ones that you can get. So I'm going to
Mhm.
upscale that.
Okay. So sorry, what's wrong with the wings you have now? I'm just so I can put it into perspective.
They're like the old style, and they have the elastic that goes under the arms,
Oh, okay.
so they're not too comfortable to wear.
Are they like costume wings you'd find at a Halloween store?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to get like a seamstress, somebody who's good at that. And
Yeah. She's
Okay.
this person apparently she does work for the film industry.
Okay.
And
Cool.
so I have the wire frames, and it's like, okay, you can use the wire frames, and then we'll go through and do some different stuff.
Nice.
And I sent her a picture of the wings that you have, and
Nice.
in the back they kind of hang off the back of the costume, so there's nothing to go around the girl's arms. So we're going to discuss that, and I'm going to reset it up again tomorrow and make it a little bit larger because I've added a few more items, a few more elements, and want to see how that works out. And then she can see what it's going to look like, so she can get an
Mhm.
idea of what the wings are supposed to be. So that's where I'm at the moment. I'm then looking at scheduling out someone because she's going to take about 2 weeks to generate these wings, so I can start preliminary notifications about people I'm going to be doing some of these shots and stuff like that. I've been
Cool.
working on doing some pricing and stuff. So that's about where I'm at the moment. And haven't gotten too far because, as I said, I've been sick the last little while and just starting to feel better, just starting to recover. So
Mhm.
hopefully we can get into a little more momentum on an ongoing basis.
99% better. I'm curious more than anything, what place you found? Did you say it was a studio?
No, what it is well, it's almost like a studio. There's a place just up the street from here, and they've got it sectioned into three or four different compartments that they can do boudoir, they can do fancy stuff and everything else. And I said, well, and I looked at one, and they had all these chairs and all kinds of things hanging around. And I said, well, can you clear it all out? And they said, no, no, we have just the place for you. And they took me in
Nice.
the back. And what they do is they have a whole it's like an empty studio in the,
Nice.
and I can set all my equipment up and everything else like that. It's
Is it a studio rental place? It sounds like it
yes,
is. Okay.
it's a studio
How
rental.
how much is it the rent? I'm curious.
This particular one's $80 an hour.
$80
So
an hour. What about a day rate?
that's what I asked him. I said if I rent it for a day, you give me a break on that. And he said, yeah, just call up and we
Okay.
can go and do something on that.
Okay.
So
So you're committed, man. You're going to get those wings done, and next move
just to
is
shoot.
to right.
Yeah.
You got the model.
That's what I'm working on next. I've got a couple of weeks to go through, and that's where I guess as part of advertising on the Facebook, asking for people, who coming through. I got a couple of people that I haven't approached yet
Mhm.
that I can go through and talk to. They've got younger kids, so
Yeah.
we'll see what happens and go like that.
That's
But
Rick's
what I'm
setup.
going to do, if you see the setup here, I've got I'm going to make it a little bit larger because you were talking like that, just to show you how big I can make it. But I made some more bricks in the background there, where that toadstool is, the mushroom. I might paint it a little white or something like that. But then I'm going to expand between that big rock and the fern, I can make that bigger and bring it out
Yeah.
and make it much more easier. And you can see kind of the size that I can get
Yeah.
it to. But I want to use that too as for part of the marketing. I can trim it down and cut it.
I want to show everybody. You guys can see that?
See the wings there? Those are
Yeah.
the ones I'm going
Okay.
to redone.
I'm glad somebody from the movie industry, and by the way, you can get anybody in theater too. They're pretty much the same. If you get people that are into props and that, they're amazing. Their skill set is amazing. And if that's the department that whoever you found,
Yes. Yeah. So I was
spending
thinking,
money on good wings is to me it's everything. So
yeah, I was thinking of taking the fabric out of this and kind of making it a gossamer background and stuff like that. So
Okay.
it's kind of translucent, transparent.
I want you guys to notice the mushroom. He painted it. Right? You painted it, same mushroom, right?
No, the red one, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I gave it a whole new cap.
I suggested he tone it down a bit, so in the way he goes. So yeah, so you're making good progress. That's exciting. And next move is to get the wings done. If you have any questions on the wings, let me know.
Mhm.
Let me know.
On the back of the ear wings, it looks like there's a kind of like a hook that goes in the back and hangs off the dress.
No, it's two poles that are wrapped in fabric, so they're soft. They're actually metal poles, so they actually hold the wings. And they got two cross beams from one side to the next, but it's
Okay.
predominantly two vertical. Each wing has a vertical pole,
Right.
and they're wrapped in the same fabric. It's very, very soft, and it slips in behind their dress. And
You have a
so,
little clip that goes on to hold them, or
pardon me,
you have a little clip that goes on to hold them to the dress, or
no clips.
they're just floating.
They just slip. They're about, they're about that long.
Oh, okay.
So the wings plus the two poles, thin wires, they're strong wires, and they just slip in behind the dress.
Okay.
And they just sit there, and it's magical. It really enhances the experience because, when a little girl, we pick the dress, Tina helps them, the mom and the little girl goes in the washroom, they get changed, they come out, they're all excited, they're like, look at me. And then we put the wings on them, and now it's just like boom, and then the headpiece. So there's these phases, and when they put the wings on, we have a mirror, full-length mirror at their level. And I always say, or Tina says, oh, look at yourself, you're a fairy. So the experience, and the moms are just dying. So it's all part of the experience. So if you have wings that are really giving you a hard time and they're all floppy, not really doing their thing, it's going to be that extra. They're not going to look as good. Well, maybe they will, but they're going to take away from the experience. So
Okay.
something to think about. Okay, so get back to me on that once you have your go time. You got to get the wings. Once you got the wings, you're good to go in there for a few hours and start doing some experimenting. Right? Get a couple of girls in there, get some top-notch samples. Tristan, do you want to go next?
Sure.
So what do you got for us?
Well, so the big thing that I needed to work on was my set, because I'd always done composites before.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered a backdrop from that company you recommended.
Cool.
Beautiful.
Is it-
I actually ended up I'm one of those people that thinks I'm just gonna do whatever Rick recommends, and then I do something on my own. So I have that I have a photo that was kind of like my main photo that I always used in my composite. So I ordered a custom backdrop and just used that photo. So it's gonna match the rest of my portfolio.
Gotcha. So you ordered a custom backdrop, which is
Yes.
something they do. Okay. You can't show
Yes,
it to us,
it's-
or can you?
I'm on my phone.
Okay, no worries.
But if you go to my website and do the fairies, it's not the pink one, it's the forest one.
Okay, what's your website?
Tristram TRYSTRAMPA.com.
Say it again. TRIST.
TRY.
Sorry.
Let's check
You get your muffling in and out, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I have terrible reception here.
Tristan, TRYSTINE.
Oops. PA. Sorry. 1 second. I'm going to put it in the chat.
There we go.
And then up at the top, it says it says fairies.
All righty. Loading.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to show it so we can see, everyone can see
Okay, cool.
what we're talking about. And there's that big, beautiful white dress, red dress rather.
Oh yeah. I made that.
I think you mentioned that before. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
All
I'm very proud. I'm very proud of that dress.
all right, so
Scared me to death.
is it one of these?
Yeah, I think the one behind the little boy. I
This
think that's
here?
a portion of it.
Okay.
This one where he's got the sword, that's a portion of it. So the great thing about this scene is that there's like this whole forest scene. It's about 12 feet long,
Uh-huh.
but it has like 2 different places where you could situate them.
All right.
You know, so it's got the framing and the light back and everything.
Mhm.
So
Is that
it works really well.
Is it all neutral tones, grayscale?
Yes.
Okay. So you
Well,
could-
no, I mean there's browns and things in it, so you can really make it any color you want. You just throw some colors on it, and it easily becomes different shades.
All right.
It's very versatile.
Is that the same one?
No, that's another one that I use.
Okay. So you've made.
I really like the one with the 2 girls with that one right there. I wanted that one, but the file's not quite big enough, and I didn't want to waste time trying to get it figured out. You know, I know you can make it big with gigapixel and whatever, but I just didn't have time to waste on it.
So you've ordered this one as your main
Yes.
backdrop, and 10 by 20, 10 by 10.
It's actually an 8 by 12.
Okay.
My studio's only 8 tall.
Okay.
And so there's a whole nother part of the scene that you don't see in this portion.
Yeah.
So it literally goes, I could have gotten a 14 out of it, the way the picture lays.
Okay.
So it's going to let me do an 8 by 10 scene and then have a little on either side.
Cool.
So, and then I'm making a mushroom. It should have been done, but I got chronic bronchitis for about 3 weeks.
You sound a little bit scratchy.
Yeah, it's better now, but it's still, still get tired. So the mushroom is half done. And I really want to thank you guys for the last time we had the February meeting we had.
Right.
I completely changed how I was going to make the mushroom after you guys showed the ones that you guys have.
Right.
Because I think the one I was going to do was not going to be big enough, and so I completely redesigned it, and it is a million times better. Cool. So I'm really pleased about that.
Where are you at with that now?
The mushroom's half done about, and so I'm going to take it in the studio tomorrow and finish the cap, then paint it.
Can you take a picture of it half done and then when it's
absolutely.
Done? I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I actually have some pictures that I can send you.
Okay, that'd be amazing.
Where I'm at now, and then tomorrow I'll take some more while I'm doing it. I'm actually using. So I was looking for something. I was going to do like plywood on the base, do a round base and then foam both sides. And I live out in the country. We're a rural area. Everybody here has like a stack behind their barn of stuff. Yeah. And stuff. My mom, the last time that we got an upgrade on our satellite for our internet, they refused to take the little mini satellite. Even though they were paid to take it, they wouldn't take it. My mom would let it get rid of it because she was sounded determined they were going to come get it. It was this big thing. It finally ended up back behind the shed. And so I went back there looking for a piece of plywood. And I'm like, this is the perfect shape and size. It already looks like it already is concave. It's got a lip. It's perfect. So
how big is it?
Like, it's like 3 feet across, some little 3.5, something like that. It's awesome.
That's good size.
You get 2 kids on it. Yeah, it's good size. It's perfect.
Right.
And Dad dismantled it. I'm using extruding foam to make the mushroom. It's looking gorgeous. I just haven't had time to finish the top because I wanted, to do that. And then I found a planter,
A what?
a very narrow, like to do plants.
You're muffled still.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I don't know why the reception's so bad here. So I got a pot, a very, very large pot, about 3 feet tall, very narrow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's even got the right kind of coloring and everything for a mushroom. Looks like a mushroom. It looks like a mushroom sand when you put it upside down.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And we're bolting them the two together so they can come apart. So I can transport it easier. And
that'll be a bonus.
I've got and so I've got a large bolt coming down through the center of it. And
Nice.
And my dad, who's an engineer, engineered that part for me so that it's going to be all structurally sound. And then I've got a large wing nut and some chain, and we'll be able to hang 20-pound weights.
Nice.
So it'll be super sturdy. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I just got to get it finished.
That sounds amazing. And I was a little bit worried about structural and safety, but it sounds to me when you're doing it right, it's going to be, I like the fact that it's easily taken apart so that you can travel with it, because ours isn't, and it's a pain in the butt to travel with it. And we do a lot of traveling. So, but
I had intended, I've been wanting to travel with them for a while. I a million years ago when I started doing ferries, I sat down and wrote out a whole program, to do traveling, where we go other places and partner with like kids stores, that kind of thing. And then my life intervened and I just never got back to it.
Okay.
And so I thought, this is a good time to get back to that.
Are you thinking soon enough you're going to do the ferry day event out of town like what we do?
Yeah, I'd really like to.
Okay.
I've been looking at other places, that are available. There's a couple. There's a couple bigger towns, about an hour and a half drive away from us. That I think that would be very viable.
Well, talk to me when you're ready. My wife and I will actually get on the phone call with you and help you with that and give you some of our feedback and experiences.
I would very much appreciate that.
We've done a lot of those and it always amazes me. I mean, we did a new city last year in Barrie, Ontario, never having been there. Boom, we sold out. And my wife told me today, we got an email today or like from somebody from Barrie or like, are you guys doing the ferries this year? We don't do it until September, but they're starting to ask, and that's what happens. It becomes this thing, just like it does in our first time we went out of town was in Sault Ste. Marie. And at first it was slow, and then it became the biggest bestseller of all in Sault Ste. Marie. It just took a couple of years for the momentum, and plus, you learn as you go along what to do and how to create a buzz. And I mean, they're such big money makers, and they're a lot of work, but they're a lot of fun. I have to say, so I get excited, but, so I'd like to see pictures of your mushrooms and when you're back, when do you expect the backdrop to come in?
Oh, it's in, it's
okay.
It's at the studio and it's beautiful. They did a wonderful job.
Nice. So you're going to have to set it all up. That mushroom's the only thing holding you back, obviously. All right. And then get some samples down. I want to see what you're capable of. Show the world what you're capable of once we get the new setup. So that you can move on from there onto the next phase of whatever it is. So let's do that. What do you say?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to being able. We've already got the dates all set. We're doing it in April.
Yeah.
I've got 4 sessions booked right now. One of them is a double session, so it's actually 5. And I've got about 22 people that have, gone through the funnel and then want phone calls. So we're working through the phone calls this week.
Cool.
So I'm hoping we're going to book it all out.
Good. Okay. Not good?
Yeah, I'm actually quite excited.
Good. I'm excited for you. I'm really want to see those mushrooms. Progress
Yeah.
shots. Please, please don't forget to send them.
I will.
I really want
will.
to see. I'm just fascinated with the satellite dish and the fact that your dad's an engineer and you're going to find a way to make it safe and
It's actually quite simple, but yeah, I'll
Yeah.
show you. I'll show you pictures. My mom. We did scouts for many years, and my
Mhm.
mom was one of those people who comes up with crazy ideas and then says, "Here, find a way to make it work." And my dad has always been really good at engineering that part, and then I
Yeah.
make it pretty.
Good combination. So, all
Yep.
right, Carla, we're going to go to you next.
Hello, how's it going? I haven't been here for a couple of meetings.
Yeah,
Good
I
to be
think,
back.
did we mess up last meeting where you meant to be here, but something happened, or were you just not able to make it?
It's the time difference. I messed up on the time difference
Okay.
because when I thought it was central time, it should be an hour's difference from my time in Alberta, and I didn't
Okay.
realize.
So it's all your, it's all
I
your
think I was
fault.
actually early.
It's all your fault.
Totally me. Yes.
I don't have to feel
it's
bad.
good that no, it's all good. And the one before I was shooting a wedding, and so I couldn't really take time out for a
Yeah.
meeting. So
Well,
they wouldn't
just-
have appreciated that too much.
But for the record, I do feel bad because I wanted you there and I know you wanted to be
okay.
there, but here you are. So,
I did. I'm here. It's all good.
so
So last time we spoke, I was talking about sort of my busy season for high school graduation and sports season. So I'm doing some outgoing sports like soccer, hockey, that sort of thing. And then I'm doing dance. And I'm
right.
also doing personal branding work. So since last we spoke, I was putting together all of my marketing plans. I was reaching out to past brand clients and just putting all my marketing together, taking into account the last time we spoke, you said, okay, well, if someone books a subscription for a year, offer them a free session at the end and make it a boudoir session or a family session. And so that's sort of something that I've been putting forward to my past clients
Mhm.
and just working on some marketing plans to get that out there. But I really want to do the fairy days. And so I thought, oh, you know what? I have all of these little kids that I'm photographing for sports. This is a great time to get them on my mailing list. And so the way I did that was by saying, I need everybody to sign up for this mailing list, not because I'm going to spam you with a bunch of crap, but because this is how I'm actually going to send you a viewing gallery for you to look at and view your dance photos or your hockey photos or soccer photos or whatever.
Right, right.
So all of these people are signing up and I am not spamming them. That is not my intent, but it was a way for me to make contact with them, but to get their information so that when I am ready, because I am not ready to do the fairy day yet, I don't have background, anything. And I don't want to jump into it. I find so many times I jump into something and I didn't prepare well enough for it. And I find it extremely stressful. And then maybe I didn't do it to the best of my ability. So I'm taking my time on this, but I
Right.
would like to launch it for September if I can.
Okay.
But I'm getting all of these people's contact information in the background and just starting to prepare so that I have a solid launch. So that's sort of where I'm at. So any advice or feedback is so appreciated.
Okay, got a question first. Your emails
Yeah.
you're collecting
Yeah.
from sporting events.
Mhm.
How many emails roughly do you have so far?
Like that I've collected
Mhm.
just through dance and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Probably about 200 to 300 maybe.
Good. That's a
between the
fair
different
amount.
Clubs and stuff.
So you use the emails to send them their gallery.
I do, yeah. So
Okay.
how I've been doing it is they sign up and then I feed them all the information about
Yeah.
what they're going to expect.
Yeah.
Get them to know me a little bit and
Yeah.
they get all of these little intro emails and then I send them the gallery email and then I will
Yeah.
send them another email after that to say I'm grateful for you and
Cool.
that sort of thing.
Well, obviously you told them, and if you did do any kind of a promotion, you'd be breaking your promise. So I'm trying to find a way that's, going to be fair, and they're going to welcome it with open arms. And
Well, what I didn't do was say, I'll never contact you with any information. I just said, I promise not to spam you,
right. So
right?
uh, these are manual emails, not in an actual database that you have where they're automatically put into, or is it?
Oh, yeah, no, it's in a online email.
Okay. So
Database, yeah.
you could always just send them an email later and say, look, I want to put you on our regular studio emailing list where we're going to send out once in a while promotions on the studio. You could do that.
So that it doesn't hurt my credibility or
Your reputation, your credibility, yeah. Because if you
Yeah.
went out, if you did a Fairy Day event and you sent them all an email promoting Fairy Day, I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world. It'd be a little bit sketchy and or touch and go as to whether or not it's something that's going to be received through and through with everybody. I mean, you might get one or two that might be really offended by the fact that you broke your promise. I don't know. But I would want to get them on the list where they're like, yeah, we want to hear from you. You could say to them, one of the things I'm going to do is a Fairy Day event. So if you're interested, we're going to put you on our email list. And that way they are safe and secure. Just something to think about.
Could you not, if they go to your gallery, can you not have a thing on your gallery that says sign up
Mhm.
Fairy Days?
Or just for general promotions.
I would have to check that out. I'm not sure if I could do that because I actually use like what's the word? I'm so tired right now. I've been gone for a week and I just got home last night and I'm absolutely exhausted. What the heck? I use not shoot proof, but I can't remember the name of the gallery I use. So I don't know that I can actually do an email. So
All right. But it's a valid point.
but I will check and see. Yeah. But also
Okay.
I always send, after I send the gallery for people to order their images, I always send a thank you, and I could put that in the thank you that,
Yes.
this concludes our email chain, but I would love
Yeah.
you to stick around. Here's some of the things I have. So I could definitely do that. Thank you.
Okay. You could also in your thank you email, we do that all the time. And we ask them for a review, a Google review.
Awesome. Yeah.
You could send them to your Facebook page too. Damn, why didn't I think of that? And once they're in your Facebook page, that's another way to communicate with them. You just want to keep these people close to you. But further to that, I want to talk about your wishes and desires to do fairies. So let's go there for a minute. And but you sent me some images of your marketing pieces a few weeks back, right? And I gave you.
I don't know if you were able to access them.
I did. And I gave
No, I
you.
didn't get info.
I sent you a video. Or I
Well, I
mentioned.
don't have it.
I think I mentioned it in one of one of these meetings that you missed, but I think I recorded it. So let me look into that and get back to you on that. But I made
Okay,
I
awesome.
made sort of an analysis and some comments.
Okay, perfect.
So those were for your branding for the professional type shoots for women mostly that you were working on, right?
Yeah.
Where are you with that?
Everything is launched now. And so what I did was I reached out to past clients
Right.
and I said, here's what I have going on. I would love to meet with you. One of them did get back to me and she actually wants to do a collaboration with me. She's
Okay.
a fitness trainer. She
Uh-huh.
wants to do a collaboration with me, hair and makeup, and to do like fitness, like 6 to 12 week fitness programs. And at the end, we do a branded session for them.
No.
So that's something that we're working on. It's a little stalled because we had somebody drop out. And then, yeah, other clients have reached out. They're interested. So I'm just sort of pursuing all of that right now.
Okay. That was something we talked about in the first meeting we had. You had mentioned it and we went there.
Yeah.
So is that something you're still wanting to pursue or are you changing your mind on it, and or are you frustrated with it or excited about it?
Excited about it. Really
Well-
excited. I think it's a market that's it seems to be there's a ton of photographers out here. So I'm in north central Alberta.
Mhm.
It seems like there's a lot of photographers out here doing branding, but not very many that do it the way that I do it.
Yeah.
So I think people like what I have to offer, and I think
Okay.
my price points are fair,
Yeah.
and my
You-
work is a little different than everyone else's.
You mentioned a fitness coach lady. Is she affiliated with a
Mhm.
particular gym?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so. I think she instructs at a couple of different gyms, but
That's close enough. You might be
Oh,
able to do
okay.
something with the gym, especially if it's a high-end gym. I don't know. I just think there's huge opportunity with that market. Myself, I really, really do. If you do it right, you have
yeah.
you're a female photographer mostly. I think they have the upper hand on this one, and they can relate better to what it is you're trying to achieve for the women. And if you put
Mhm.
together a nice dynamic portfolio, it's going to be an easy sell. They want this stuff. They want this stuff. Luciana, am I right? Am I right? They want this stuff. Just like
Mhm.
they want fairy pictures. And I think there's a big market there. And if you brand yourself so that you stand out in your own specific look that's unique from everybody else, and don't worry about what everybody else is doing. You charge what you want to charge and go for the gusto, go for the top. So just something to think about. I know Maggie but she's down in Oakville. Oakville is a very high end area. Maggie does this a lot. And, she's a good friend, like a good friend. So anything
Mhm.
you want, if you really want to push down that road, we're going to go down that road, and I'll get Maggie in on a call, just the three of us. She'll do it for me. She loves me to death, and I love her to death. And she's just one of the most passionate souls. And I've never met anybody
That would
like
be
her.
fabulous.
So just
Yeah,
think
I'd
on
appreciate that.
that.
Thank
I
you.
want you to look at all your branding. I'm gonna look for that video. Look at your branding, where it is you want to go as far as the photography is concerned and the packages. We'll go from there. Next step, fairies. What do you have right now that's going to start you into fairies, or are you starting from scratch?
I have you, and I have this group to get me going. I have nothing.
Nothing. You
Starting
have
from
no
scratch.
backdrop, no props yet, eh?
I specific to Fairy Day, no,
Okay.
I have nothing.
You're starting from
Nope.
scratch. Nothing but passion.
Mhm.
And that's a good
Nothing
thing.
but passion.
Passion and drive is the most important thing. So you're going to have to invest a bit of money and time.
Mhm.
You're going to
Yep.
have to get the mushroom. Maybe,
I'm certainly not making it.
well, you can buy them, and that's what
I
we
will buy
did.
it.
But I think when you're ready to pull the plug on it, you said what date?
I think September.
September. So that's not far. April, May, June,
No.
July. That's 5 months away. So you're going to have to look at the backdrop. You probably got all the lights, right?
Mhm.
Got to get the wings, the backdrop, some trees, some rocks. Rick made his own rocks. You saw the one I showed you earlier?
Mhm.
They
Yeah,
they look real. So just if you're handy
they
at
look
all.
really good.
And I bought mine from the company. It's all in the manual. But I believe if you do a bit of research and you look even on Amazon and go to Michael's and places like that, or you find somebody like what Rick had found who works in the movie industry. My castle wall that I use for medieval day, I don't know, that was made by somebody who works as a set designer for the local theater, professional theater. And I had her come in between plays, and she hand carved that for me. She was not cheap, but man, it looks so nice. You're going to have to make a list of the things that you need right now. And the things that you're going to need right now are going to cost you a bit of money and or time. So wings, backdrop, mushrooms, rocks, trees. Okay. Everything else is kind of secondary. If you got the lights, you don't have to worry about, you got the camera, you got the passion.
Yep.
But look at that. You might have to put out, I'm thinking the backdrop, mushrooms, wings, couple dresses, $1,000 to $2,000. or $1,500
started.
bucks, or you can cut it down to $700-800 if you're handy. But here's the thing: if you really want to do it, you have to spend a bit of money. When you're ready to make that move, try and do everything so that it makes sense, so that you're not, oh, I'm 90% there. I just need to get, I forgot this over here. And that way everything's going to happen in a timely fashion, in good, orderly fashion. And then you can get some samples done. And then you can do your first fairy day or fairy sessions for sale and make some money.
Yeah.
So does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense. And my goal with this is not to push it and rush it
Mhm.
and stress myself out. I have a lot on my plate and I don't want to mess things up.
Okay.
So it is to make sure I do it well and do it right.
But you
and
did
be
say
in a-
September.
I did say September, and I may have to revamp that when I do
Okay,
some
that's
thinking.
fine. That's
Um,
fine. You
yeah.
can revamp it. But I'm just going on that premise. So okay.
Yeah, I want to make sure I do it right from the beginning, and
Yeah.
I don't want to Mickey Mouse anything. I want to have a really successful launch. Nobody is doing this around here. Although once they see it, I'm sure they will.
Yeah. How far are you from Greg? Because Greg's going to be doing them.
About 2 hours, 2.5
Oh,
hours.
you're far
I
enough.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're
But not so far that we couldn't meet for coffee halfway in the middle one day,
you
Greg.
could absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's when you're really in your heart and soul feeling it. I got to do this. It's time. Talk to me, and we'll make sure you get the right drop and the right props. And or if you're looking at certain props or whatever, and say, I want to make sure I got this all right, just talk to me, and we'll go from there.
Awesome. Okay, thank
Luciana.
you. I'm excited.
Luciana, you're the last one to log in, so I saved you to the end.
Sure. Well, I launched, but
You
I think
what?
I jumped the gun. My fairy sessions, I did pick a date.
Okay.
I
date?
just put my April 15 and 16. And I think I should have give more time, but I got the postcards printed with the date, so I kind of have to go ahead now.
Well,
But
how much did they cost you?
$90.
Okay, you went to a print shop.
Yeah, Vistaprint. Like would it cost the same to do 100? Like the difference was so little, so I just did 500, and I
Uh-huh.
distributed half. I would say a quarter.
Oh, you're committed, man. Okay. You got yourself in a little bit of a pickle. Now let's figure this
Yeah.
out. Let's figure this
But
out.
I'm not getting bookings. People are excited. They love the images, I think. So I just put my website on the chat, and you can see the link for the.
Okay, let's go there.
So I thought if I didn't go that way, I would not do it. So I kind of like, what the
There we
hell?
go.
Let's go all in and see how it goes.
By the way, $90, 500. That seems like a lot. Like when I order 4x6s, I get them made up at Costco, and I only order 100 at a time, and it's like $10 or something like that.
I think it's more here. I don't know. Well,
4x6
I have
inch.
to check. I did
Yes.
5x7.
Yeah. So, but you probably did nice cardstock, and from Vistaprint,
Yes.
they have that nice premium stuff. So, so they're doing online booking.
Yes. And I kind of use my Santa kind of system, try to do something similar. I think I ask like a $400 a book with 200 minimum spending. If I'm not sure if I changed that. I don't think I did.
Did anybody book at all?
No yet.
Well, that's frustrating.
It is. I think I have a couple people that are going to do it, but I'm not expecting to be fully booked. I expect if I can get like 3-4 people, I'll be happy.
Mhm.
this year because at least I can, you know, practice a little more, practice like get
Yeah.
the system.
You have really nice work. I should show the screen so they can see what we're talking about.
I did mess it up. Like I did it 2 sessions to get these photos, and one of them it was two little girls, and they were like all over the place. So I missed the backlight on those photos.
Oh, like the one, can you see the screen?
Yes,
Two
showing.
little sisters,
Yes.
how old's this baby?
She's 3, I think. 4.
Anyways, no, you got some really nice stuff. You got good wings, good dresses. You got the hair pieces. Those are all hair pieces that you put on during the actual shoot, or did you put them on later?
Yes. No,
They're
I
real.
have those. Yeah.
Okay. So you've done fairies before.
No, we did not.
Well, what are these? These are new samples?
Yes.
Okay, it's your first time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, it looks beautiful. How many dresses do you have?
Probably about 10 different
So
sizes.
how long have you been collecting all these props and dresses for fairies?
I keep trying to do this for a couple of years now.
Okay. So this is
The
not
dresses I got in the last 6 months, I think.
okay. This is not new to you.
No, no, I didn't spend all the money
Yeah.
to do this. No, I had the backdrop and the
Mhm.
floor and couple years ago, and then I tried a fairy one session. I didn't like it much, and then I drop it. And
Okay.
this is all mock-ups. This rooms, you know.
So these are your most recent samples that you had these girls
They're
come
not
in.
samples. I don't. Yes, yes, I have the images. Yes, all those are not real frames.
Mhm. Yeah, but all the pictures of the fairies that we're looking at.
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, you're doing really good work. Totally sellable. I can't see an issue there, so that's not the issue. People obviously like them. Nobody's booked yet. I can tell
No.
you, I can make a few suggestions of what I think you might want to try.
Okay.
I've never done online booking, but uh, I know my wife, she's like, she wants to talk to them in person. So I know it works for Santa, right? Now, when you do the Santa experience, is it the same format? $150, $400 minimum, $200 or whatever.
Yes, I added it to 50 because on the first year I had a couple of people that came and pay 150 for the session fee and never show up again.
They paid.
So they paid for the session, but they
Never-
didn't buy. Yes, they didn't even answer my email. So
That's weird. Well, free money.
well, I
That never
think
happened.
they have their phones and they took some photos and I think they were happy with that. So
Okay.
I enforced it to 50 to make sure like they come in and they
You're saying you booked them, they paid, they came in for the session, then you never heard from them.
exactly, yes.
Okay. And they took pictures with their phones.
I think so. Yes. And then
Yeah.
I have signs now that says no, you can do
Good,
it.
good. That's what we have. That's weird, eh? People do that.
No, a couple people, a couple sessions.
Take
On
pictures.
my first year, which I was, I
Yeah,
wasn't really sure what I was doing really, but
yeah. So, but as far as the Fairy Day promotion, the system that we use, you're new to that. This is not something that you've done really before. So,
no. Yeah.
okay. You feel very comfortable, obviously, photographing little girls in their fairy outfits. You don't have an issue. You've really got a good control over lighting. So, my first instinct is to suggest this. I find this all very confusing. I wish my wife was here.
Okay.
I'd love to show her, but she's gone out visiting friends.
I thought about dropping the 250 and just do 150, but then
Well, why don't you try our technique? And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And if it
Okay.
kind of works, but you make a little less money than you thought you were going to make, well, you're still making money. I don't know, just to get things going.
Yes, yes, yeah.
We've done this since day one. We have a session fee. They get an 8x10. Now they get an 8x10 and a social media file of that 8x10. And we charge $120. But you could keep it at $150 and it includes, see right here, that's all I'm seeing is money, money, money. It's
Mhm.
confusing. Okay, I got $150. Oh, but it's $250. Oh, so it's $400, or is it $150, or is it $400? So I get confused. And then times. So what you could do is, here's the fee, here's what you get. Here's the fee, here's what you get. And then
Okay.
are your prices on the cards you had printed?
I have the 150 in the cards,
Okay, but
just the session fee.
you don't have this.
No, no.
Okay, why don't you take that out and just
Okay.
just
Go with
go,
the 150. I
well,
thought about that.
go on faith that you're going to sell. You got to sell. I mean, really, you got to sell. And there's 3 weeks before your date. So
I know.
now, two things I would do is I would go buy some Facebook ads right away.
I did. I start Friday with Facebook ads.
Last Friday?
No, last Friday, yes.
Hey,
3
did you
days.
target your
4 days.
geographic location?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't even look how it's doing, but
Because we get a lot of success with Facebook ads. And they go from Facebook also to Instagram, and we target
Mhm.
women between the ages of 30 and 65 in our area. We decrease the area as tight as Facebook will let us do that. You can go outward, but we always make it tight and run the ad for 5 days. Throw 30
5
bucks.
days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Throw 30, 40, $50 at it. And it'll start. I mean, you show a beautiful picture. And of course, you have to link in the Facebook ad to this page. And man, it should be working for you. So I would.
So should I link to this page, or should I link to the website page that gives more detail to this one?
To the promotion. So we always use you have a lot of options in Facebook ads, book now, learn more, blah, 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 message me. We always go with learn more.
I have learned more, I think.
Yeah. And they click on that and that brings them to this page. And on this page, you got to really ramp up the sale more. And do what we do. We do, see, $120 includes a session 8x10 or 2 5x7s. We all the props, right? And then we have a lot of testimonials. There it is. It's very simple.
Okay, maybe I should add the 8x10 then.
Yeah, but go copy this word for word if you want, or tweak it a little bit. But and then add stuff like, your little girl is only, let her indulge. So we're promoting Pembroke because we've got a second fairy day booked. And yeah, Facebook, all we do now is Facebook. We don't even do the cards anymore. We haven't done those in years. Then
I dropped some dancing schools.
Yeah. So how many dance schools do you have?
Well, I don't have a connection with those places. I just stopped by, and they weren't like too happy. A couple were okay. One used to be close to me, so she was, oh no, that's fine, you can leave it. But I think I hit 3 places.
Okay.
Probably have another 5 that I have to drop the rest.
So here's what I think you got to do. Change that.
Okay.
And then add the bullets.
Okay.
I would take this and break it up into several sentences.
Okay.
We were so excited about that one. I would call it magical.
Okay.
You don't want to do 3-year-olds?
I don't know. I thought it would be maybe a little too hard. I guess I could.
So now you got some conditions right here. You know, so you're making it a little bit hard.
Okay.
Sell, you got to sell. You always got to talk about benefits. And when they ask about stuff, or when that stuff gets presented to them, they're so overwhelmed with the benefits, they don't care. You know, if there's a minimum, we don't have a minimum in our studio. I look at the averages, you know, and you know, I'm happy with that. So
I don't have a minimum too, but because I want to collect some money in advance, I had
Yeah.
to word that way.
well, $150, nobody gets in until this is paid. That's a hard rule with us. Nobody. So, and I would take, so you got your fairy date, you've only got one picture here, put your other pictures all in here. So throw a picture here, throw a picture down here.
I
and
don't
then-
think I can on this software.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
I think I can
Oh.
only add one image.
Okay, why don't you instead do this? That's the booking software. Why
Yes.
don't you send everybody here?
Okay, I can change that page as well.
Yeah. And I don't think you need this here. Well, it's not bad. Well, you've already got bullets here. And you could put the price and what else is included in there as well.
Okay.
And take this link out, and they got to call or email you,
Yeah.
Okay.
right?
I was going to suggest just dispense with the booking software and do what you say. Just
Yeah.
have them call me.
There it is. You got all this, and yeah. I don't know. I'm just thinking. Worth a try. I would do that if I were you. Clean this up a little bit and take away this stuff here. I mean, they might be going to this page and going, maybe. I don't
Okay.
know. Maybe. And you don't want to keep it simple. It's what I call ascension marketing. You know, you get their interest and then you get them to act on it. And then they come in and then they make a small commitment. Now they're emotionally committed, and then they'll make a bigger commitment. And, you know, you've got to be excited and you got to learn how to sell, which you probably know how to do, and have all your products and offerings out there. They see it when they book, they see the information. I can show you what we send to them. And then when they come in, you can show it to them in person, get them excited to come back for their viewing. And then you make the big sale at that point in time.
Okay.
That's what I would do. I would just put them to that page, try it.
Yeah.
And well, I think you should run some more Facebook ads, and I can help you set that up. And I think you should hit the ground running this week. What are we? Today's Monday. You should go to all the different dance schools, go visit them and see how they're doing. Do you have gymnastics too?
I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe I'll look for it.
Okay, there's probably a gymnastics place too. Just go in there and talk to the owner and make some connections. That's what we've done. And yeah, make sure they haven't taken your 5x7 cards and put them below the counter. Make sure they're always out. Just go in there and talk to the staff and say, hey, oh yeah, these are my cards here. Oh, they look good. He said, I'm really excited about this. And oh, it looks like it's a little low. I'll get some more. And you put a few more extras. You know, that's what I used to do when we used to do that sort of thing.
Okay.
Hey Rob, I have a Facebook suggestion for her.
Facebook suggestion.
Yeah, so if you go into Facebook groups,
Mhm.
look up moms lists.
Right.
There's a bunch of mom and dad groups. I'm getting easily 70-80% of my bookings from those groups right now, and it's free. So join some of those and post it.
I did try that with my scent and I got yelled.
Did you?
Yes, they didn't like it. They said, so I have a friend that tried to post for me,
Yeah.
like the mother of one of those kids actually.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, they didn't like me to try to sell there. But I think,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
I did got around with someone else doing that, saying they like it with photos and
It's a good idea, but I guess you got to be a little bit cautious.
Well, it depends on a lot of our lists are people buying and selling stuff. So keep looking for lists.
Right.
Don't
Okay.
just stop when you get to the first one. I'm
Okay.
sure most places have these.
Yeah.
Because I've been looking, in other places, because I'm
Okay.
planning on traveling. So keep looking for some lists where they're actually buying and selling.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then they won't mind.
Awesome. I forgot about that stuff. Thank you. Good call.
Worth a go, but yeah, I wouldn't despair just yet. You still got 3 weeks. I would really ramp up a Facebook ad. If you want me to help you with that, let me know.
Okay.
And I can help you. We can go on a screen share and I could show you just to make sure, I could watch you do it. We can make sure everything's being done correctly.
Okay.
And
Definitely. Awesome.
I mean, there's people around your area with kids and money, right? It's there.
Yes, that is. Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought it would be, people jump a little more than what they are. Maybe I
Yeah.
should had, advertise for longer. But
I don't know. We
always learning.
you still
Be
got 3
better next
weeks,
time.
so yeah. Well, who knows? That's what I would do. Don't despair, and
Okay.
let's make those few changes and suggestions and go from there.
All right.
That's what I would do. Are you do you struggle with selling? Does anybody here struggle with selling?
Yeah, I guess
You do, yeah?
I would say so.
Selling is twofold, either systems, you have a system in place and you just follow the system, or you look at somebody like Maria and Maggie, they're just so passionate. And I know nobody like Maria who sell. Anybody here know Maria?
I think I see a video. You have a video on
Yeah,
her, right?
you got to watch it. You really, really got to watch it. And it's I got more of her coming, but I put a video up this week of her. I went looking for it. I was like, which one? Because I've had so many interviews with her on this. Probably I had about 7 or 8 in the last 7 or 8 years. Selling with Maria. And there was one in particular that always stood out for me, how she was able to take a free session that she promoted on Facebook. She just put a post out. I'm looking for somebody to come and have their family picture taken. And she got about 22 people that were interested, and she narrowed it down to just a handful. And she made like crazy, crazy money off each one of them. She's really good at selling, but she explains it, and you got to pre-qualify them. So, and I think to a large degree, we do that too. You can't give away too much, or you can't sort of come across as in a negative light, or in any way, shape, or form like you're scared, if that's the case. You got to be strong, proud, and very steadfast. And this is what we do. And it's going to be a wonderful experience. You're going to enjoy it. Your daughter's going to enjoy it. And it's going to be a wonderful piece of art in your home, your daughter's bedroom, your family room, all those things. And it's just something you just take on 110%. You feel it in your soul, and you give them a wonderful experience, and they're in, they're crying. And then they come in and they buy. So if that's an area too for anybody, just let me know, because it's important. If you do everything right, but you're lacking in the selling department, it's going to be like a thorn in your side. Make sense?
Yes, this.
I love selling. I love it. So, especially when you're doing a good job and you really know you're doing a good job. I love that. It's And it's you're bringing something to them that they really do appreciate. They understand once they go through that experience and they see the passion in your heart and soul. So, you know, if that's something, keep that in mind. Shy salespeople have skinny kids. That's what Zig Ziglar used to say. All right, I think we're done. Hey, it was an hour and a half. That was pretty good. So Greg, you're gonna let me know. I'll do a complete rev review for you. Rick's going to get his wings finalized and book that place out. Tristan's got the new backdrop and the mushroom slash
The mushroom.
the mushroom drama, the satellite dish slash engineered mushroom experience. Carla, we're doing the potentially looking at doing the branding thing, maybe doing a one-on-one with Maggie, you never know. And fairies, you're thinking about it, but don't want to rush too much in case you fumble. And Luciana, well, we got your plan laid out, so you do nice work, Luciana. You got it going on, so
It's gonna work. I have
absolutely.
faith.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you needed to get $90 cards from Vistaprint. I mean, I know a lot of people believe in having the best of the best, but for now, just to kind of ease into it, you know, you could use basic
I
printed
didn't even
cards.
thought of that. I thought of, you know, I had in my mind postcards.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got 500 of them, so
Yes.
you had
Yeah.
high hopes, man. Well, you know,
I said if we can get 5 on this 500, I'll be happy.
okay, you got 500 of them. I mean, I think really we should hold your feet to the fire, and in the next 3 days, you should get out there and distribute 80% of them.
I will tomorrow. I have to do
No.
soon. So they
All
have
right.
time to kind of see it, right?
Get on fire and get out there and just at least put them to use, the ones that you do have. Look at as many places as you can. Clothing
Mhm.
stores for little girls. If there's a place that fabricates dresses and costumes, which they're there, we have one in our city. All they do is make dresses for the dance school industry. That's all they do.
Mm.
And you can go to places like that. Just make some phone calls, visit them in person, and go out there and make as many. Get those cards out there. You made them. Your deadline's going to come and go, and if you have a stack of them at home, you're going to feel bad.
Yes. Yeah.
So you don't want to feel bad. Put them to use. You spent the $90. They probably look phenomenal. So
I
Okay.
will make sure they're gone.
good. All right. Anything you guys need in the meantime, let me know. I'm always here. I'm in Costa Rica sitting around just playing music and doing these. No, we're always working on I'm always sending out emails. I'm always sending out 3 social media posts every single day, morning, early afternoon, and late afternoon, to promote the studio, to promote Fairy Day, and to promote our pop-up wedding days. Something I really, really believe in. So I'm doing that, but that takes me an hour, and I got all this time. So I'm available if you need me. So
All right. Thank you.
okay, you guys are awesome.
This was amazing. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. We'll have another one in 2 weeks. Okay.
Awesome.
Good.
2 weeks. We're going to go
Awesome.
sooner than later. 2 weeks.
Perfect.
Because I want to hear what Luciana's been doing.
All right.
Mhm.
All right. We'll talk later, guys. Thanks.
Let's see.
Thanks.
All right. Have a
Okay.
good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.